I think this is the last one we're talking about in this section, email marketing. Anyone here do email marketing, have email marketing hooked up on their site? Good, good, good. Anyone else? Did you put your hand up or you just, yeah, okay, good. This one here, have you ever heard the term live and die by your list? Anyone know that? Anyone heard that term? Literally, email marketing is what they call list building. You're taking information, you're building a list of people, and you can continually market to these people. It is dollar for dollar, it is the highest return on investment that you will ever get on your online marketing. For every dollar you spend, you'll get $44 back. And that's when I say for every dollar you spend, that's your time, effort, that's the amount of you spend for the service, everything. So, I mean, that's a tremendous return on investment. And it also allows you to do continual marketing to individuals. And two of the services we use are Aweber and MailChimp. And why you want to use a service is, I'll give you an example. Let's say you have a list of 100 names and emails, and you go into Outlook or Entourage or any of the email services that you use. You take all 100 of those names and put them into the two, and you create an email, and you create a really cool little letter that you want to send out to people, and you hit send. So does anyone know what happens when you do that? Chances are it gets delivered, but what happens afterwards, Kirsten? What happened to you?
They consider you a spammer. And what happens basically is the more people that, there's two things that happen. One is that if your service provider sees an email coming in and that person's no longer subscribed to their email service, and you send them 2 or 3 emails, they'll assume that you're not somebody they know. They'll assume that you're spam, and they'll put you on a block list. Shaw did that to me. Took a couple phone calls to Shaw to explain it, and I was on the whitelist again. But there's that, and then generally speaking, you don't want to BCC or open CC people in an email because it just appears like spam in an inbox. So you want to do those.
So the biggest thing that I just want to do is don't use Outlook, don't use Outrage, don't use any of your email services that you have. Use an actual service. You get shut down, like it happened to him. You have to go through a hassle of calling up your service provider and explaining it to them. And in fact, they were nice to Kirsten. They may not be as nice. It depends on who you get on the end of the line. They just might say, forget it, you're done.
Yeah, for me, I was sending all my old classmates, all of the emails from, just saying, hey, I've started a business. That's all I did. Yeah. And a lot of them didn't have those email addresses anymore. So.
They'll shut you down. So you use a service. The service is very simple to actually use. Same thing. Aweber and MailChimp, the resources that we send out to you, there's resource guides in there. There's also how-tos. It'll walk you through the process. It is super simple to do. So how do you do it? Basically, you sign up for a service. And what I do is I create a piece of information. So what I've got here is on the other side, on that side there, I've got download the 25 must-have sales and marketing tips. That one is gold for me. What happens is people on a daily basis, I get between, depends on what it is, but I'd say 3 or 4% of the people that hit my website sign up for my newsletter. So I've captured them. I've got their name and their email. And what I do is every week I send a piece of information out. So I don't know if anyone here is on my email list. I think, Grant, you are. Gabrielle, I don't know if you are too. But I just take a copy of all my blog posts, and every week it just goes out. It's continual marketing, just keeping in front of these people. And that's what you want to do. And I'll give you an example as a realtor. I have a client who, and I'm not going to give his secret away, but I'm going to tell you. So the average realtor, how many people are realtors here? Residential. I know you're a commercial over there, but residential. Okay. So the average realtor is on a buy or sell side transaction, according to realtor.org, 7 times a year is what the average is what they say. But you also have to remember, I don't know how many you guys sell, but there's also, there's 5,000 realtors in Calgary, of probably which 4,500 are just dabble. There's probably 500 serious that are in Calgary. But anyways, it takes those odds into effect. So this guy has set up a landing page that gives information away to people, and it's a specific piece of information, and he's capturing names. He's getting roughly 12 names to 15 names a day signing up on this, and he sends out a piece of information. It takes him all of 30 seconds a day to send out a piece of information. this one piece of information that he sends out every day. He started this a month ago. He sold 4 homes in the last month just based on that, in addition to what he was actually doing. He's on track now, and that was just a partial month. That wasn't it. I'm guesstimating he's probably going to do between 4 and 8 homes a month, every month, month in, month out, just based on this list that he's building on a continual basis. That's, I mean, and he wasn't doing this before. This is amazing for him because of the fact that, you know, think about it. He's going to sell potentially an additional 96 homes this year just by doing one thing that takes him 30 seconds a day to do. It's incredible, the power of an email marketing list. It's just, if you don't have it, you really should start looking at doing this as well. So what you do is you create a piece of information. Both MailChimp and Aweber allow you to create the form that looks like this, professional looking. They give you the code. You put it into your website. Pretty easy to do. Once again, if you don't know how to do this stuff, contact me, call me. My card's back there, my cards are up here. I can tell you how to do it, walk you through the process. I'll even create videos if I get enough calls, and I'll poke them up online and send it out to everyone. What you do is you create an automated response. So what happens is someone signs up. When they sign up for my list, an email goes out to them, and it's got that information attached to it. I've got their name and number, or name and email, and I'm just instantly sending information out on a regular basis. If you do this, make sure you send information out at least monthly to someone. So on the realtor side, you know what you do? Here's my new listings, here's this, here's that, here's some home maintenance tips that you can have, anything that works in that world. And it just keeps you in front of these people on a regular basis. The other thing you want to do is if you set this up, anyone you meet or that you talk to, ask them, can I put you on my list? I want to put you on my list, and I'm just going to send information out on a regular basis. And that way you just build that list.